I had around 25 sales calls this last week, give or take, inside of our agency. And some of those businesses were agency owners, some of them were coaches, some of them were making 10K per month, and some of them were making hundreds of thousands a month. But the difference between the two, after sitting there and reflecting on what I spoke about and what they were telling me, is so obvious that I had to sit down on this lovely Sunday evening in France and share it with you. Now, I know a lot of you guys find a lot of value in these off-the-cuff videos, so I'm about to share with you 6 of the major problems that I see, not only in agency owners and coaches and just in general service-based businesses that are making under 10K per month, but also those that are making 50K and 60K and struggling to get to that next level. So if you give me the next 15, 20 minutes of your time, I promise you now you're gonna walk away with a shit ton of value and you're gonna thank me for it. Now, first up, I was speaking to a guy who's doing around $15,000 a month, right? And he said to me, Liam, I'm super excited. I'm going to pivot my agency and go into the AI space. And I was like, pivot your agency? Why would you pivot your agency? You're making all this money every single month. And he said, it's getting boring. I'm not really enjoying it. And I just see AI as the biggest opportunity right now. I'm struggling to land clients with my offer as it currently is. I'm not really charging enough. And, it's just not really where I'm finding my happiness or fulfillment. And I was like, mate, okay, answer this question. If you was making 50K per month in your current agency right now, would you still be pivoting? And he was like, no, I wouldn't. And I was like, and would you still be enjoying it? He was like, yeah, I'd be enjoying it if it was making 50K per month. So there it is. His problem isn't the fact that he needs to go and change his offer or move into the AI space. What he's done is he's just got distracted and he now lacks the discipline to actually execute inside of his business that is currently failing and not working and improve it and take it to that next level, right? So number one, here's what I'm seeing is a lot of people lack the focus that they actually need to throw into this, and they also lack the discipline of actually executing on something for a very long time, even when it's seemingly failing and not getting the results that they want. This guy already had a working agency. Moving to a completely new niche and changing complete direction in terms of what he was delivering as a service isn't the answer. And I know some of you watch my videos and been like, oh, I run an SMMA and now I'm going to pivot into AI agency. That's completely fine. If you was at zero with SMMA, you can go and do that. But if you're already making money, what is the point? You've already proved your offer. You've already shown validation that you can sell this thing that you're selling. Why are you now going to go move into uncharted territories where you have basically no idea and you've got to learn from the ground up again? It makes no sense. Number 2, most people are selling an offer and they blame their offer entirely. They say it's commoditized. They say it's too difficult. They say everyone's selling the same thing. But no one's actually packaging their offer up in a nice way. Everyone's just selling it for face value, for exactly what it is. But the secret really is in the packaging. If you're going out there and you're DMing coaches and you're saying, I help coaches make more money, that's so fucking boring. Everyone's doing the same shit. Of course you're helping coaches make more money. That's why they're going to pay you as an agency to deliver a service. You can make money in so many different ways as well. So if that's your leading message, you're doing something wrong. Maybe you're telling e-com businesses that you can help fix their customer service with AI. Again, it's boring. Again, there's so many people offering the same thing and you can't separate yourself from the rest of the noise that is bombarding them every single day. So what do I mean by packaging up your offer? Well, look, at the end of the day, your business is, I'd say 20% delivery, 80% marketing. And if you are just talking about what you're delivering and you're not focused on what you're actually trying to market, and you're not coming up with a creative name for the systems that you're building for businesses, or you're not coming up with a unique take on actually how you help businesses and thinking, what is everyone saying and how can I be a little bit different? Even though I'm offering the same thing, how can I pique someone's interest to get them to book in a sales call and go through my funnel so that I can jump on, close the deal, and then get to work and actually start delivering for them? Now, you may help e-com owners with automated customer service with AI, or you may help coaches make more money. But if you're leading with that and that's all you're going at, you are just going to be talking the same language as everyone else. Inside of our own agency, we have the growth system. The growth system isn't any crazy technological advance. I haven't gone out there and invested in NASA to go and do this testing for me in an atomic lab. I literally have the growth system, and what I use it for is a framework to identify pitfalls, bottlenecks and problems inside of businesses. And anyone can use this and anyone can create it and anyone can give it a fancy name. But what it does for our business is wonders, because you now can remember the growth system. So you know it's tied to me. You are now interested in thinking, what is this growth system? Is this something that I could be using for my business? You've never heard of it before, right? And then when I end up speaking to someone on a sales call and I'm presenting our offer and I'm showing them the growth system, I'm walking them through each step, it shows that we know what we're talking about and we actually have a plan of attack. Okay, so think about it, guys. Start packaging up your offer. Don't just go out there starting to sell media buying services or AI chatbot services. Who are you helping? What's interesting to them? And how can you package it up in a way where no one else is offering the same thing? The bottom line is a commoditized offer still works, providing you're selling it the right way. So pique as much interest as possible, give your systems and processes a name, and remember, talk about the outcomes that your client is going to achieve, not the features, and don't really labor on the process. What are their pain points? What do they want to achieve? How can you help them get there with a unique system that you've packaged up, given it a name that someone can remember, and that is all you talk about now online to drive traffic. Now, number 3 is interesting. Now, I always love doing this because whenever I get on a sales call, some of the first questions I will ask is, how much are you paying for a book call? What's your opt-in rate? What's your booking rate on your calls? What's your no-show rate? What's your close rate? What's the best platform that's really working for your business right now in generating you new leads? And 9 times out of 10, okay, even 10 times out of 10, I would say it's literally no one ever can come back to me with the answers to those questions. No one is tracking the important analytics and data inside of their business. Everyone is just pumping the funnel full of leads, or at least trying to go out there and doing volume, but they don't look at any of the data they've got. They don't look at what's working. They don't look at where their bottlenecks are or what is potentially broken inside of the funnel. And luckily that keeps us in business, right? That keeps our agency moving because these are the clients that we can really help and we can really step in and implement our growth system into, which completely solves this problem. But it is such a major problem and you need to engrave this into your mind, because if you don't understand the data inside of your business, you have no chance of making this work. The saying goes, what gets measured gets managed, and it's very, very true. If I know that our opt-in rate is down, I know that that's going to be affecting our booking rate, and it's going to affect our cost per book call, right? So I need to fix that opt-in rate to then understand where else is the problem. If I then know that my opt-in rate is good and my booking rate is good, but my no-show rate is sky high and people aren't joining my sales calls, then I know that there's probably a problem after that booking process where I need to increase that no-show rate to an industry average, right? I need to bring it up, hopefully above industry average, but I need to improve that process or that system because it's not working the way it should. But a lot of you guys don't even know that. A lot of you guys aren't tracking anything. You have no KPIs, you have no metrics to follow, and you're just running blindly into the wall over and over and over and over again. If someone booked in for a call right now, this second, honestly, could you sit there and tell me that you know exactly what platform they came from? Most people couldn't. If you could, great, you're on the right track, but most people couldn't. Inside of Go High Level, it tells you everything. If you're using a CRM and you have this structure in place, you should be able to see. You should be able to see what your opt-in rates are. You should be able to see what your book call rates are. You should be able to see with UTMs where people are coming into your funnel and actually what platforms are working the best for you. So this is a big one. If you don't know your numbers, then you need to start knowing your numbers. That is noob level shit, okay? You need to get on top of this. Make this a priority. Understand what metrics you're tracking inside of your funnel, what's important to you. Start off with your opt-in rate. Start off trying to track where people are coming from into your funnel. Start tracking your booked call rate. Start tracking your no-show rate. Start tracking your close rate. And as soon as you start to do this, you'll realize that a lot of pressure comes off of you because you can start to understand where the problems lie. Next up, this one's funny. So on Tuesday, I think it was, someone said to me, Liam, I can't keep up. Your VSL changes almost every week. Your landing page changes every single week. So can you tell me, like, what are you doing? And the simple answer to that is we're testing. All we're doing is testing. Every single day we are testing something new, whether that be a headline, whether that be rejigging our VSL, changing the ads that we run, changing the content and the format that we put out, changing our offer slightly, changing our pricing. We are always fine-tuning and tweaking, and most of you aren't, and that is a problem. If you are not testing, you're not trialing new things, you're not trying to collect this data, obviously this goes back to my last point because you've got to be able to track the data in the first place. But if you're not collecting new data and you're not acting on the data and you're not trying to improve your whole process and your whole system, then what are you doing? Test as much as possible, even if it's setting up basic split tests inside of Go High Level or changing your headline every week and then just checking the opt-in rate based on the headline that you have. Re-editing and changing the VSL takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time, but headlines take no time at all. You can go and change them 10 times over in a day. Testing and trialing what you're talking about on your landing page is also easy to change. Try to speak to different pain points of these clients that are on your landing page. Try to speak to their different goals. Constantly be trialing and testing until you find the winning formula that is getting you the results that you want, and then you can stick to that. But even then, you still need to be testing after that. Our goal is to try to get as close as possible to that perfect mark, even though it doesn't actually exist. So that leads me on to number 5. Now, I spoke to another person the other day who's making a lot of money right now, and they are just about to go even heavier into paid advertising. Now, obviously, this was a sales call. I was speaking to this client and I said, hey, look, what systems do you currently have inside your business? How is it currently structured? How do you even manage these leads that you're generating? How is this all working for you? And their answer to me shocked me. They said to me that they are going to get more leads through paid ads and run more paid ads until they focus on the systems inside of their business. And to me, this is just backwards, because why the hell would you continue spending thousands and thousands and thousands a month on new ads and pushing people through a sales process that ultimately is broken? It's like going to the Tour de France bike race and you're competing, but you're riding a bike with square wheels, right? It's just pointless. It makes no sense. You're spending all this money and you're not pushing them through an optimized process that is ultimately there to make you money and ensure that you're not wasting money. So this is another major thing that I see a lot of people mess up on. They assume that they're too small, or they should be focusing on landing clients before they look at the systems within their business. And when I say system, I don't mean it has to be this like huge machine that you've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into. It could be as simple as having a CRM or some kind of follow-up procedure for your leads that you're generating. Most of the time though, people are running ads or they're running content or they are just like reaching out to huge amounts of volume of people, and then they send them to their website and they're like, hopefully it works. And they collect a lead and they're like, he hasn't booked in a call yet. I'll send him an email, I guess. They'll follow up with the lead. Nothing comes back. Then what? Okay, we'll move on to the next. We'll go get some more leads. And it's like, fucking hell, really? Is that really what we're doing here? It's the dumbest fucking idea ever. It doesn't work. All you need to do is actually have just taken a step back and say, okay, we generate leads. We are now going to set up this email flow with a couple of SMS reminders for new leads to get them to book in for a call if they haven't booked in already. Maybe we're going to clean up our funnel a little bit and simplify it so it's easier for people to book in for a call. But what our goals are to have this very basic system that we can pump leads into, but we're then confident to say that we know that these leads aren't going to fall through the cracks and just completely disappear and not get followed up on. And we're going to maximize the opportunity of actually making money with these leads that we're generating. So if you're not paying any attention to just micro systems within your business right now, and you're just going all out lead gen, then you're doing yourself a massive disservice. And what's going to happen is that could work. You could end up landing clients, but you'll get to a point where you are now spending 5, 6K on ads, and you've got loads of clients in the pipeline and loads of clients that you're working on. Actually, you probably wouldn't even have a pipeline because you have no systems in place, but you have these clients coming through and you're making money. And then what's going to happen is you're like, oh fuck, I'm managing clients here and I've got these leads coming in here and I'm running all these, I've got to stop the ads because this is too much. I can't cope, because you don't have the systems in place that take the pressure off of you, that take the workload off of you, that allow you to focus on the 10x tasks like speaking to clients, delivering for clients, filling top of funnel. If you can solve that problem, if you can build a system out that can be as basic as anything, but just takes that pressure off and ensures that you are covering every base, like lead management, like follow-ups, like having a proper sales funnel, then I guarantee you are going to see so much more results. And this is the difference between people that are making 10K per month and the people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. They have the systems in place. They know what they need to do. They're not doing anything differently. They're just spending more on ads because they can cope with the higher volume of actual work that's coming through. I've done it before. I've posted on YouTube. A video's blown up and I haven't had the systems in place to manage the leads that we generated. It's the dumbest move and we're all guilty for it. But as long as you know, focus on the systems. It can be cheap, small, easy, but get it going, because then when something does blow up and something does do well, you are then capable of managing it. That was a bit of a rant, sorry. Finally, this one hits home because this is what I battled with for probably the first 2 or 3 years in entrepreneurship. Even though we made some money, I definitely thought that it was more complicated than it actually is. Maybe that hits home. Maybe you're feeling like that right now. Maybe you're sat here going, yeah, I think there's a secret sauce out there. People are hiding stuff from me. You know, they're able to do this because they know something that I don't. But the reality is, it's not like that. So many people on these calls have been like, what is this secret system that you have, Liam? What is this secret that you hold? Is it the YouTube channel? Is it having a network of people that you can just rely on? And the answer is, the secret sauce is everything that I just spoken about in this video. It's every single point that I just made. That is the difference between someone that is trying to figure it out and can't really get there, and someone who has figured it out and is making a ton of money in the process. Okay, so it really isn't that complicated. It just takes a few steps. It takes repetition. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. And it takes you not giving up as soon as it starts to get hard. If you really focus on getting your ICP right, you know who you're selling to, what's actually valuable to them, you know where they exist online, and you spend all of your days focused on attacking them online and trying to get in front of them, not attacking them, don't attack them, but trying to get in front of them and trying to promote this system or this offer that you have for them that is actually going to be valuable to them, and you're charging the right price. You're not charging $500 or $1,000. You're charging something that actually allows you to spend a lot of time working with this one client, and you can hire in a team that are fucking great at what they do. They're actual experts and professionals. That is the secret sauce. Build out systems for your business. Focus on the right stuff. Package your offer up in the right way. Stop pivoting and changing direction and getting distracted. Test as much as you can and track the living shit out of everything that you do. And that, my friends, is the secret sauce. It really isn't as hard as you think it is right now. Just go and do those things. If you did want to work with Unorthodox and you did want to get access to the systems that we build our clients that supercharge their lead generation and their lead management and ultimately help them do everything that I just spoke to you about in this video, then click the first link in the description and you can book in for a call with myself while I'll be chatting to you and hopefully going over some major problems that you have and showing you exactly how we can help you solve them. Guys, I'm about to go out for dinner with my girlfriend on this beautiful Sunday in the south of France. Hopefully this video helped you. And look, if you did find value in this video, let me know down below. It gives me a really good guide on what sort of content I should be putting out for you guys and what sort of skill level you're at, so I know what sort of stuff to talk about. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.